Today, I am pleased to announce that Google and YouTube have agreed to pay $170 million and to implement strong conduct relief in settlement of an action brought by the FTC and the New York State Attorney General's Office for alleged violations of the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act.
You would have never thought that such a powerhouse of content creation like YouTube would fall in the midst of its time, but recently that has changed. YouTube has been silencing its small creators for quite some time, and now they are looking in danger for their small creators and their largest. Today, I will be talking about why YouTube will die very, very soon. YouTube was in a legal battle along with other companies about COPPA. YouTube was sued for $170 million for not complying with COPPA. This COPPA Act can also carry a fine of $42,530 if violated. So, what is COPPA? COPPA is the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, and this act has quite a bit of requirements that content creators must follow, but I will tell you the ones that primarily apply to us as content creators. These acts are said to take place on December 9th, 2019. Just note that all these requirements I'm giving are pulled directly from the YouTube help page. 1. Subject matter of video, e.g., educational content for preschoolers. 2. Whether children are intended or your actual audience in the video. 3. Whether the video includes child actors or models. 4. Whether the video includes characters, celebrities, or toys that appeal to children, including animated characters or cartoon figures. 5. Whether the language of a video is intended for children to understand. 6. Whether the video includes activities that appeal to children such as play acting, simple songs, or games, or early education. 7. Whether the video includes songs, stories, or poems for children. Now that you know the new guidelines, let's talk about some of them, and I will give you examples to how they may affect you. For the subject matter of the video, this just means that the video is directed towards children. An example would be looking up how to count to 10 or the ABCs. Those videos are made directly for children. The second video guideline says whether children are intended or your actual audience for this video. This means if your video is directed towards the adult age range, but children are still viewing your video, you are in danger. Don't quote me on that, though. It's just my understanding from reading the rule. Next is whether the video includes child actors or models. What I'm acquiring from this rule and the research that I've done on this topic, I'm going to conclude based on what I and a lot of YouTubers think. This is if you have a child in the background of your video, it now counts as child friendly. An example I can give is if a vlogger is showing off something out in public and he catches a glimpse of a child standing in the background. The video is now considered child friendly. Next rule is whether the video includes characters, celebrities, or toys that can appeal to children, including animated characters or cartoon figures. This rule I find very unclear. It gives a very vague statement, and now with the information I am supplied with, I cannot give a detailed explanation to what this means. However, I can give my best guess. A large portion of YouTubers make their content for all ages, so would this be directed towards them? Once again, this term is very unclear, and I could not gather too much from it. Next rule is whether the language is intended for children to understand. This one is also very vague, and therefore I cannot give a very good explanation from it, but what I am getting from it is if you speak English or any other language and a child can't understand it, then this applies to you. After that is whether the video includes activities that appeal to children such as play acting, simple songs or games, or early education. These are all directed to children, but what I'm concerned about is the games part. Does this rule lump in video games with the rest of the activities deemed kid-friendly, or does it exclude video games but include games that a parent would play with their child, such as Connect 4 or something similar to that? Finally, whether the video includes songs, stories, or poems for children. This one is pretty self-explanatory, so I shouldn't really have to talk much about this one. So, what does this all mean? How would I, as a content creator, stay afloat on this crumbling platform? The best way that I can think of staying afloat on this platform now is to make videos directed towards teenagers, as the US COPPA law states that a child is an individual below the age of 13. However, in other countries, this could differ. Let me give you an example. PewDiePie, along with other YouTubers, have a Minecraft series intended for all audiences. As most have a wide scale of different ages viewing their content, this could make them labeled as kid-friendly channels. All of these rules are very vague, and I'm unable to comprehend what most of them are trying to convey, so I wouldn't take everything I say as a fact. These new guideline changes are affecting YouTube negatively, and I do believe that there are going to be new video platforms opening very soon. This one, I believe, will appeal primarily to small creators. Here's what I'm talking about. I've heard rumors about AmazonTube on Google, and also talked about by other YouTubers. Not much is known about AmazonTube, but there are some domains checked out by Amazon for OpenTube and AmazonTube. So what would this mean? Well, this is great for small creators. YouTube has been treating the smaller YouTubers like scum and sweeping them under the rug. With this new video platform site, which I'm hearing will treat their users significantly better, small content creators will have a chance to compete with the YouTube titans. If AmazonTube is released, this means that a huge portion of small creators will migrate to the site, leaving YouTube with only the larger creators. But once these large creators start to hear the potential benefits, they will also move over to AmazonTube, which would entirely mean the end of YouTube. Now, this new site could be a sort of a setback for large creators, because they, along with everyone else, are starting back from square one and building all the way up. But I feel with all the good things that I've heard about it, YouTube will end and AmazonTube will dominate. Thank you for watching this video. I will leave all my sources of information in the description. I heavily suggest you read more about this act and how it can affect your favorite content creators and you. But anyway, that's all I have to say for now. Have a good day, and I'll see you later.